Okay, I am at Home Depot and I'm getting ready to get this board cut because I want to make a sofa table. I'm going to have to get two uh, because it's not going to be enough to get the legs out of this. So I'm going to have to get two of these and he's going to cut it for me. Hi, and welcome to All Things Styled by Pam. I am in my office, and this is the mess that I have. I have everything pulled to the front. Okay, now what I'm doing is I did post this on Instagram where I was getting the boards cut. Originally, I was getting them already painted, but what happened was the guy who was really nice at Home Depot, he was going to cut the white boards for me, but he said that he wasn't allowed to cut it because he had to go ask. So I had to wind up getting raw wood, okay, which is okay. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to prime and paint it. Now, I know you're looking at it already put together, but what happened was I'm by myself, so I'm having to have to do this by myself. And I had some challenges, okay? But I got through it. What I did was, this is going to be my sofa table behind my sofa. Now, depending on how it looks, the one I had back here, I winded up taking it into the living room because I like the aesthetic of having lamps behind the sofa. Now, I'm going to do the same thing with this one. And if you've seen this room before, I had it like that already. So again, the one that was here, I took it in the living room. And I may wind up swapping them out. And the one in the living room, I may wind up bringing in here. I put it together in here so that way I wouldn't have to drag it down the hallway. But after I put it together, depending on how it looks, then after I prime and paint it, I may wind up swapping that because the one that I have is from Ikea and it was supposed to go over my bed, but because my bed is so high, I couldn't use it that way. So what I did was the board length that I used, I wanted it to be 60 inches long, but I winded up getting it 55 inches long, okay? And with the legs, I winded up getting the legs 29 inches high. I didn't want it too high or too low. Hence, okay, let me show you the back of my sofa. Okay, so this is the back of my sofa. As you can see, it's probably going to meet right at the back of my sofa, up probably about 2 inches, maybe above the sofa, maybe. And I covered my sofa because I want to make sure that when I do start priming and painting it, I don't get paint everywhere like I did when I did the doors for downstairs. So what I did was, let me get it. I don't have it in here because I had to wash out the nozzle. I winded up using liquid nails that I picked up from Home Depot. I really loved how it came with the spout already. So all I had to do was take the top off and just put the spout top on, if I'm saying that correctly. So that way I can glue this down right here, under here, and then put the top on. Now, let me show you something. Let me get up under here. Okay, I'm on the floor. Now, what I did was, what he suggested was that I put 2 braces under here. So I did that for both of the legs. I put 2 of these braces up under here, plus the liquid nails that I used to put up under here. Now, my only issue is that I think the board is kind of warped right here because this went down smoothly and this end didn't. Now, I wanted to use my nail gun. So if I need to use it, I'm not sure. I'm kind of scared because he said it may split the wood. And remember, I am not a professional. I am a rookie at this, okay? So this is the way that I decided to place the board right here, under here. I could have took it under here. I could have put it on the side right here, but I wound up putting it under here because I wanted it to look a little bit better. Now, if I had been thinking after I put this together, I would have probably, let me stand up. Okay. Now, as you don't think about stuff like this when you're doing stuff like this. Now, if I had been thinking, I could have gotten the board a little bit wider and still use, still use the same legs that I have. But because I wasn't thinking, I winded up getting the board a little bit more narrow. And the reason why is because I don't want to take up too much real estate or room with my sofa being pushed out too far, okay? Because I want to have enough walking room as I'm walking into the room, or if someone else is in the room with me. So that is the reason why I got the board as narrow as I did. I'm going to have to do a lot of sanding on this. And I do have some white bands. It's called band strips, or no, edge trim. Is it edge trim? I'm going to have to get it and show you what I'm talking about, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm in the kitchen. This is what I was just talking about. When I say I make a mess, I make a mess. So this is the edge banding that I'm going to use around the wood to give it a better finished look, because I noticed when I painted my doors, the top of the door, the paint wouldn't take to it. So I may wind up getting another one of these, depending on how much I have left over, which probably may not be anything, to do the legs and to do the top of the sofa table that I'm doing now. And I don't know why I didn't think about this before. So yeah, I got the edge banding. Then I got this little tool right here. And I did watch several videos on how to use this right here. This is the double edge trim. Okay, and this is what you do after you put this on. I may have a little bit, overage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this to cut it off, and it does both sides. So I'm glad that the guy at Home Depot suggested this one, because what you do is you run it down or up, depending on which way the arrow is, on the wood, and it'll take off the extra overage that I will have left over. So, and this is the liquid nails that I was just telling you about that I used to make sure that the wood is nice and sturdy. And these are just some Worcester paint brushes that I picked up. I needed this one, but for $19, I was able to get two of these, so extra two of these. So the $19, I think, was absolutely perfect. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll it. I'm going to see how it looks when I roll it, because sometimes when you roll it, it gives a certain kind of look, but when you brush it, to me, it may look a little bit better. So I'm going to see how rolling it will look. And what I'm going to do is tomorrow, I'm going to Sherwin-Williams, and I'm going to pick up the same color that I used on the door, but I'm going to get the reflective white paint in semi-gloss, okay? And that's what I didn't do to the door. That's why I haven't sealed it yet, because I'm not sure if I want to do the polyurethane or just repaint the doors and get the and use the reflective semi gloss on it, because I don't want to get any nicks or anything on the door, or with the paint that I have. So I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to repaint the doors and just use the semi gloss. So yeah, this is part one. And when I come back with part two, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put this on. I have to iron this on. And then depending on how it looks, then what I'll do is I will show me painting it. And maybe sanding it down and then painting it. It depends. I may go ahead and do that because I'm a stickler. I wanted to make sure that it looks right to y'all, because if it don't look right to me, it's not going to look right to y'all. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go. And like I said, this little tool, I'm going to love using this, and I did test it out. I love the fact that you can squeeze it when you're running this up against the board, like on here, once I put on the edge banding. Okay, so it's only supposed to take off the excess that that will be after I put this on. Okay, again, my name is All Things Styled by Pam, and I'm sorry that I didn't show y'all me putting it together, but I was a little nervous. Like I said, I'm a rookie. If you like my video, please thumbs up my video. And if you like my content, then thank you for watching my video. And I just repeated myself. I will talk to you guys later in part two. And bye.